ONIC until they win.
But honestly, I think it's very hard when the producers tell us that we need to do the prediction because both of them are strong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a 50-50 game.
Yeah,
actually.
this was one of the tougher games to predict. So we'll see. And with the quality that these two teams bring to the table, I feel like it'll be one of those situations where as early as the draft, it might actually be endgame as early as that time. These are two teams that draft incredibly well. Two teams that you mentioned, Lofel, know each other so well. So this is going to be, even just in the draft alone, a bloodbath.
Yeah, enjoying the Ling as well as the Claude band early on, Joy band as well. Looking at both these teams, we've seen a lot of different bands coming in. I think for them, it's more about the carry type of heroes because we've seen people banning out utility, catch, suppress. Here it's just all about, okay, who can deal quite a lot of damage, who can carry the game. We don't want to see that.
I think, and it have one more story. It's between the Superfin and Albert, but Albert didn't play right now.
Oh, so
it's like,
sad.
yeah, that's so sad. We cannot see like the match between Finn and Albert, but we gonna see it's the strongest member of ONIC who's winning the MSC last time. That's why it's like all out gonna be from the both of the team. But we already see Fanny on the third ban, so we just want to close it not being used by carry.
Yeah, as expected. For ONIC, though, a lot of us, I'm pretty sure, as you mentioned, wanted to see Supervin versus Albert, but come on, we're going to be seeing Supervin versus Kidboy. They've been rivals already, and they are still rivals, I'd like to believe. First pick here, either the Valentina or the Fredrin might be options. Considering that they banned out the Claude, Bigatron Alpha, and the Ling, and the Fanny, Eve might actually even be a surprising first pickup here for Bigatron.
Yeah, because again, looking at the situation, it looks like they're trying to make sure there's not a lot of high mobility heroes.
Yeah.
So maybe they do want something that can catch, but not like very reliant on it. I kind of want to talk about the Melissa ban as well because if my info is correct, so far Saken in SPS has basically been using nothing but Melissa.
Yeah, mainly just the Melissa in the 4 games he's played.
Yeah.
Yesterday, only the Melissa so far for him. So, yeah, that's going to be something to consider. Is he going to be able to find himself in a position to pick that up? I'm sure that's something ONIC is considering, and they could be one of the reasons why they picked up the Kadita, something with a really strong burst pickoff, and then they pick up the Dyroth as well. Now, I'm a bit 50-50, Coleos, into picking more burst up against the Uranus. We know Uranus loves the burst, because if he can survive through it, he'll heal back, and then he's just gonna fight back. He's usually weaker against heroes with longer team fights. This Dyroth and the Kadita, is it too reactive to the Uranus?
Maybe they are thinking about like picking the burst damage first, especially for Direct to give the Uranus minus armor. And then there's a lot of potential to be like Baxia gonna show up.
Oh.
Since the Baxia is the counter of Uranus, maybe as the roamer, and Kadita gonna be the mid laner. It can be. Or even the XP laner Baxia is good too now.
Interesting. Okay. So if ever there's going to be like an XP lane Baxia, it might be like a jungle Dave Dyroth for ONIC. I see where you're going at. That makes a lot of sense. Marksman probably is going to come up, show up. Yep, there's the Beatrix already for Saken. So, not going to be the Melissa, going to be playing something different, but picks up the Arlott?
So, is there a potential that this Uranus is going to the jungle again? Or is this going to be a roam Arlott?
Yeah,
it's
a lot of
right?
possibilities.
Right?
Since it's BTR, I feel like it might be a Uranus jungle again.
No, I mean, like, to be fair, I didn't watch the game when he was using the Uranus jungle, so, you know, let me have a little bit of fun. Let me see it. And Kyrie is going to be on that assassin again. Super Vince said that Super Ken is the best jungler in Indonesia.
Yep.
So far, everyone has said Kyrie is the best jungler in the world. So, this game can really show between both of these players who really deserves the title of the best jungler.
For short term, yeah, because there will be a winner from this match. But for long term, we gonna see. Are they gonna consistently like keep improving every week, every day to show to the audience that they are the best?
Yeah, I like how Coleus is already looking far into the future. Very an optimistic man, it seems like Coleus is. Yeah. Very optimistic. Why did he just winked at me? Instead, he just rizzed me up, bro.
He winked at you?
He winked.
No,
Love you,
it's
bro.
like a brother wink.
Yeah, like a brotherly wink.
Why?
You rizzed me, brother. Okay.
Just forget it.
Cool. I can't. That is seared to my brain, bro.
Thank goodness the camera wasn't on. So what's the final ban here? Because I like the main ban. Because I think at this point, they're even wondering, where's this Uranus going? Like, for real, for real.
Yeah. I
Shouldn't they just be banning, like, okay, you know what? I respect the Hilda ban, because I was saying, shouldn't they, like, ban out something like a mid laner? Or is Sans just like, I don't care. I legit do not care. I can fight against any mid laner at this point.
I think with Kadita, they can like face any mid laner in the lane of down right now.
Yeah.
Because Kadita can easily lock one mid lane and using the combo wombo. But yeah, we're gonna see because there's a lot of mid laner that can counter Kadita. For example, Kagura.
Yep.
Kagura have the Rasho umbrella to escape from the breath of the ocean, or even like Lilia using the black shoes. We're gonna see it.
Yeah, and maybe that's why ONIC also considered picking up the Kadita early on, or they did pick it up early on because now it forces Bigatron to even consider being more creative in terms of their picks in the mid lane. So ONIC here might be the roamer pickup already. Kufra makes a lot of sense right now. But they'll pick up the Harith. Okay, so if it's not going to be Kufra later on, you know what? I'm kind of digging that idea of the Baksha roam. If not that, maybe we might even see K-Boy consider picking up another healer type of roamer.
Yeah,
which didn't go too well for them.
We see Harith gold lane, the magical gold lane being used by Albert last night. But this time, it's the CW. Who are the players?
Yeah, and looking at this lineup of ONIC, Bigatron need to draft more heroes here that scale a little bit better into the mid. Okay, so you have the Valentina. The Terrifies would be great to stop the control and momentum. A little bit, sort of balance things out. And if ever they get some good kills, it'll be a snowball that could potentially match the snowball that a Harith and a Kadita and a Dairoth. And the Lancelot breaks. It's just ONIC is playing for let's end this quick. But Bigatron take the Baksha.
Because, I don't know, Keyboy is a very, how do I say this? He's set things up.
Yeah.
So the Kufra would be good, but is the Kufra really good everywhere? Or right now Keyboy is looking at it like, the Grok might be okay, but the thing is, the IMU can take away the wild charge, so use against you. So at this point, Keyboy, basically whatever hero he uses, Bigatron is going to be happy because they're going to have a copy for themselves.
Yeah, and if they end up picking something like a Florin again, then of course, as we mentioned before, Colliers brought up in the previous panel, the ultimate of the Florin scales with magic power, which Valentina builds more of. So that's a great point. So yeah, ONIC decided at whatever happens, Bigatron will be happy. Let's be happy ourselves. Let's pick up the Franco. We'll pair it up with the Kadita, the classic combo.
Because he can lock someone.
Yeah. Lockdown burst.
Right now, I really don't know how to proceed with this one, so I'm going to ask for help for Leo as well as Gideon.
It's rare that we see a draft that actually keeps us on the edge of our seats all the way up until the final picks. And boy, oh boy, are we excited to see how this unfolds. At your service, my name is Leo, here with Gideon, and we're calling this best of three between BTR and ONIC.
This is a tough one because especially when we were looking at the first phase of that draft, we were already suspecting this could be a Uranus jungle. They whipped it out against Aura Fire the last time, and it looks like we're on opposite ends once again, even in our predictions. It's going to be a tough one, but based on just the composition alone, where are you leaning towards?
All right, it says here, and I did say so myself to our production team here, ONIC, but only because I had a feeling that they would be reverting back to ONIC Prime, which is what we see now. Even our good man Sans here is back, and he's feeling much better. And even CW Ski's back. So I trust in the players. Without even looking at the draft, I'm like, that's the MSC winning lineup. I'm with them.
Fair enough. I'm on the BTR hype train. We saw them from the challenge season
Robots.
and making their way all the way to the challenge finals. They've been playing some good games throughout, haven't dropped too many so far, and they continue to skyrocket. With the draft that they're pulling out so far, I don't know. I think it's a little interesting. I really do, because again, Boxia is super oppressive, and I'm expecting it to continue to be oppressive. I'm not sure which side of the map they're going to play on, though.
That's one way to put it. Interesting, oppressive, and yes, I think we can confirm that it is Super Ken playing the Baksha in the jungle, although we wish it was the Uranus.
Oh, we do.
But it's a strength. I'd like to think it's a strength that they're able to switch it up and then say, gotcha, Coach Yeb, gotcha, Addy. It's actually the Baksha, which now we see an orange start for Super Ken. And oh, wait, what? He just
instantly.
ruined Boots! No, rather, Boots ruined Rizzo. What?
Yep, that's what you want to see. You want to see this Dairoth win his lane from the first minute. Not, honestly, not even the first minute, pre-first minute, and continue to win his lane after that for the next 3 minutes.
We didn't even see the emblems yet, and that's already happening? Dear Lord, BTR have a lot to fix here. They need to repair the situation, and it looks like Keyboy's not going to let them.
No, they're not, and that's why this oppressive lineup, they want to continue actually pressing through the jungle. But on ONIC's side, on the other hand, it's just winning through those lanes. The Harith is expected to win those trades. It is expected for Boots to absolutely destroy Uranus. And more importantly, after that first kill, it's basically done for.
Yep, again, what was that, 30, 35 seconds into the game? You ruined him. Destroyed what was expected to be a chunky boy. Looking at the emblems here so far, nothing out of the ordinary. One thing I can note is the fact that Keyboy is rocking as his core talent, the focusing mark. So whatever that iron hit hooks, or whoever he flickers on and bites down, is most likely to go kaput, all right? Something to note as well, up until that very last moment, there was nothing that Moreno's Valentina could take. That IMU gambit was so... I'd rather think it was a calculated risk that Bigatron Alpha was taken, but now, as long as Boots does, or rather, as long as Keyboy doesn't show himself, then Moreno has nothing to steal.
Exactly. And I think, you know, it was the gamble because for all we know, ONIC could have played like how they did yesterday. Whip out the Florin if they wanted to. Maybe even Angela, a healer-type support. But let's see. The Turtle is getting very, very low. The Iron Hook is coming in. Phantom execution. It goes over to Super Ken as we see the rough waves. Boots falls down, and now they're chasing them down one by one. Boxia with a Tortoise Poissant and the Ionic Edge, not letting Keyboy get away.
In huge team fights like that, it's so difficult to play with ONIC's lineup, especially when Bigatron Alpha just pick it up and go in a 6th gear, 7th gear and say, you know what, we're all in. We're diving hard. And the Dairoth, even rocking a Quantum Charge, he's able to find better positioning. There's nothing he can do there. And then even Keyboy, no one to hook when you're already right there, and his ult just wasn't ready yet. There was no one to bite down on. So yeah, great recovery coming in from Bigatron Alpha. Question is, how fast can they come back from this?
Yep, Bloody Hunt is straight away taking out Supervin, giving that kill over to Kyrie to help him recover a bit of EXP. Good play coming out from ONIC's side, but it's going to take a little bit more before you really see them go toe-to-toe against Bigatron.
All right, so here's one weakness I think Rome Arlott has. It's not so easy to check bushes.
Oh.
He was so blind there, and I was wondering, what's he doing? Why would you go? Oh, right, he doesn't know. He couldn't have seen. And at this point in the game, 3.5 minutes in, calling out where your enemies are is very important, but sometimes you just can't tell because farming is a priority, yes, but if you can get free kills, much like how ONIC punished the Arlott here, then it's very possible. Sans is fine. Sans is okay.
He's all right. He's all right. He's on this Kadita with the rough waves. It's going to be more than enough. Phantom execution from Kyrie to get away from Super Ken, but he's trying to keep up in terms of EXP. He's slightly behind, but it's not the end of the world. But in the meantime, right, I think even with the problem with the Arlott, he is sort of the all-in hero. He doesn't really have a lot of escape mechanics except for the flicker.
Yep. So it's a one-way in.
The
I don't
way
know.
out.
The only way out is if you win the fight.
That's
right?
true.
If you disengage via vengeance, then that's already mission failed. Right? You're counting on that. Now Super Ken pulling on this purple. Sans gonna oblige. And here comes Moreno from the flank.
Super Ken, he knows he can take the damage here. He's not too scared of Sans, but at the end of the day, he's walking away with the buff, except retributions have been used. Now, BTR, they want to look for the fight. The Tortoise Poissant is already out. Bloody Hunt lands on top of Super Ken as they jump on in. It's going to be Kyrie who secures the kill. And even with the rough wave stolen away, Moreno gets on out of there. Doesn't look like they're going to get too much more than that.
That's as free as it gets for ONIC. Go ahead, take it. I'm loving the shape that CWC is in right now. Yesterday, I'm not sure what's going on behind the scenes, but he came back now, refreshed, rejuvenated, and boy, oh boy, that Zaman Force was placed very well. Oh no, Kyrie!
Yep, he's getting... Oh, the sniper almost landing! He gets out just in time. Looks like the communication from the side of Bigatron Alpha has started to crumble here. ONIC just seems to be more on the ball.
Yep, this is a solid approaching 1,000 gold lead at 5 minutes, and hey, you were just saying! You were just saying, so it's evident that they're calling out opponents' positioning, but it might be a second or two too late, and they didn't know, they didn't see. Sans was just waiting in the wings. Moreno had no idea.
Yeah, right now, I'm thinking that before this, Sans was looking, still tired, recovering from his sickness. Now, he's looking really, really fresh. He's been making individual plays in these past 5 minutes without any help whatsoever.
It's Gila time, he says. It's Gila time, and it's only 5 minutes in, right? It's only 5 minutes, 40 seconds in. Concealed play from Keyboy. What are they looking for? Just taking this bush, looking for stragglers, might throw a rogue hook out, and Sakin and Vin now respect it. Conceal play from them.
Yep, Super Vin, he's going to walk up as Super Ken checks the opposite side of the bush. They're going to clear the waves relatively fast here, but nothing's going to happen. Down by bot side, Kyrie and as well as Boots trying to get that kill on towards Rizzo's side. He's got more than enough damage. It's Rizzo. He's trying to stay alive. He manages to get through, but on top side, the dive continues as Super Ken tries to get on top of Sans, who goes straight into the rough waves. CW in the meantime with the Zaman Force should be able to pull through. Nibiru's passion is chucking him down. Sans is so low. Super Ken goes back into the fight with the help of Moreno to take him out. That's going to be a successful dive. 3 down and no return fire.
Bigatron Alpha with the immaculate turret aggro juggle. Taken down 3 with no clapback. In sight coming in from ONIC. Save for a trade in mid. Kyrie got something out of a losing situation, and just like that, the rally begins. Back and forth as we leave the laning phase. It looks like BTR is back in the driver's seat.
They're feeling very comfortable, and Super Ken purchasing that helmet. Oh, when you have the Guardian's helmet, you know he's just going to be roaming around the map continuously. He never wants to go back to base.
That's right. Ain't no one home, but wait!
The
Catches the hook. Oh, they're fine.
Okay, they're good for now. They're good for now. And CW, he's in the mid lane. He knows Moreno's in the bush. The conceal comes out. Kyrie goes into the middle. Boots looks for the opportunity. Knocks up 2 while. Ooh, the rough waves hit. And he secures the turtle at the same time. Keyboy's out of there, but they do find Boots trying to zone out that backline. Keyboy survives with 1% of his HP despite the shot from Sakin.
2 for 1 plus a turtle that went into a target that should have been, right? This is an interesting game. I'm loving it. The fact that there's some rogue elements from the metagame that's helping shape what the SPS Challenge Finals should be is just something else entirely. Yesterday, we were looking at 37, 38-minute games. Today, we're looking at 6 and 6 at under 8. Let's see where these items are going through. And does this not send a message? 2 pair of pants. 2 pair of pants on your boy Boots. He's had it.
One was just not enough, but now the Iron Hope once again lands into the Zaman Force straight away. Boots is able to take out Super Ken in the meantime. Super Vin, on the other hand, forced to flicker on out of there, unable to disengage his buddy. And ONIC, they're playing their comp to perfection, honestly. It's about pickoff. It's about pulling Bigatron apart.
Yep, and that's what allowed for Bigatron to win at least a couple of fights in the early mid. They were collapsing on ONIC when they weren't ready. So now that ONIC have found their tempo, they found their window. All right, so we've limit tested for the past 7 minutes. We know how they're willing to just throw their bodies at us. We keep the range, we keep the distance, and then that's when CW comes in. Again, back to that double pant setup on Boots, right? The reason why he did this, folks, is because of the fact that Super Vin is a damage-dealing roamer. You're not expecting this much damage from a roamer, especially in the early to mid. So with the 2 pair of pants that will definitely scale up into better builds in the mid to late game, it allows for Boots to survive a little longer. And now they find Keyboy, they let go. Oh, look at the movements on Boots. Oh, moving from bush to bush.
I mean, they're sticking as 5. This is how Bigatron wants to play. They want to play 5v5 fights. And ONIC, on the other hand, they do not want to be in that 5v5 fight. They want to slowly find these angles and get side lane pressure. Now, they've successfully done that. Bigatron have split apart a little bit, but they have priority over the Lord. And ONIC, they don't mind. They know that Super Ken is on the bottom side of the map.
Yep. And just as quickly, he's in the turtle, rather, Lord Pit, now at 9 minutes and a half. And Kyrie, he's playing with fire, already used up his execution.
Super Vin, he goes in for the conceal. He's looking for Kyrie to get that final slash down, but Kyrie knows better. Pulls backwards. CW is walking up. Sans finds it. Moreno gets shrunk down to 20% as the fight begins. Rizzo trying to slow them down, but the Bloody Hunt is already going to find one as they kill Super Vin, and now they continue to pull. Iron Hook from Ken is great as Sakin is able to peel off 2 people at once. He needs that passion to hit. It hits. Kyrie now already taking out Super Ken in the meantime. A 2-for-1 trade. He can clean this up. He misses, but he's still able to get the empowered auto attack. Dies to the turret regardless.
Kyrie's damage is over 9,000. He dealt so much and got ONIC a delayed 3-for-1. Yes, he got punished in the end, but just the same, The Lord still went over to the Porcupines 10 minutes in. They're sinking the waves.
It's beautiful. The recovery of Sans from his sickness. It feels like he never left to begin with. He is playing extremely sharp right now.
Oh, sharp is an understatement. He is scalpel precise with the way that he's finding these targets in the back line. I don't think Kyrie would have gotten away with so much if Sans wasn't bothering Sakin. But dude, no, Sakin doesn't die. Now this is dangerous.
It's getting extremely dangerous. Sans has to use the rough ways to get on out of there as the Bloody Hunt is already locking down towards Supervin's side. They're just distancing themselves, but Cerezo cannot take the damage from CW. Finished off by Sans Ocean's Oddity. Boots is able to live for now, but that's a mid-tier 2 falling into the hands of ONIC.
Still ONIC, all of it. Black and yellow. Ain't no red here, not quite yet, which is the opposite of the map, what the map looks like. It's very red, so ONIC can go wherever they want. They've garnered about 7K in gold just by getting the Lord, and they're looking at a, wow, 6.5K gold lead, not even considering what the Lord has done for them. Supergen here picks up the Radiant Armor, and there's one more person I'm looking to get more magic defense. Besides the robe on the way, Sorizo has nothing. So yeah, when CW says, and when San says, it's go time, Sorizo says, ah!
He's just screaming because, again, you can't itemize for everybody. It's not like he's been power farming. He is falling behind, especially when you compare him to someone like Boots, who doesn't really mind. You can build as much armor as you want. I shred it naturally. Kyrie, ooh, playing with fire here. Gets into the middle here as Boots has already shredded Super King. This is the perfect time. CW comes in. Boots secures the kills. The Bloody Hunt falls into the next target. Sans doesn't get the rough waves in time, but now the Zaman Force allowing him to reset his Chrono Dashes, almost taking up Saken's side. ONIC continuing to apply pressure, will get a bottom inhibitor turret and may even secure the mid inhibitor.
3 for 1, counting 4. If we're gonna go ahead and add that inhibitor down bottom, they're gonna commit Grand Theft Orange here, and nothing is sacred here. I'm pretty sure after this inhibitor take, they'll take the orange as well. Hey, there's the call. CW, it's all yours.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff from ONIC here. Now, they know they have the lead and are disrespecting the space against Bigatron Alpha. Saken just purchasing his Haas Claw is going to keep him alive a little bit longer in these fights, because notice that Sans has eyes for him as well as Moreno. Sometimes Super can if he's really out of position.
Saken is but the messiah of the situation. He is the late game insurance that Drive inserted into the Bigatron Alpha's programming so that they can eventually win, all right? That's it. As long as he can sit down, plump himself in a safe location, and if Supervin can find the perfect final slash, then that's it. Bigatron Alpha back in the game. But it's not so easy to do. It's so difficult given how well ONIC has been playing with space.
It could be tough here. As long as his teammates don't rat out his position and don't stick too close to him, he might be in trouble as the Iron Hook lands once again into the Bloody Hunt off the Supervin's side. Sans looking for the back line, but only catches Moreno. Socket still untouched. Boots is walking forward even further. He wants it. CW, he's already looking for it. The Salmon Force has been popped. The Iron Hook from Keyboard with a flicker is going to pull him out of position. The House Claw cannot deal with the damage, so CW shuts him down. Kyrie, unstoppable, and that is a clean game, 19-9 for ONIC.
Somebody forgot to charge the batteries on this robot. As soon as ONIC found their window, they called quits. 13 minutes, 53 seconds, all it took for ONIC to